Mahmud Shukri al-Alusi was born in 1856 in Ottoman Baghdad. During his youth, Alusi studied the Quran, astronomy, and calligraphy, and he mastered the Arabic, Turkish, and Persian languages. Due to his vast knowledge, he was appointed as the Imam of the Abu Hanifa Mosque in Baghdad. Alusi used his position to call for social reforms, and he also established a newspaper known as Al-Zawra, in which he called on the Ottoman government to develop the education system, the economy, and the military, in order to defend against rising Western powers such as Britain. Due to his open calls for political reform, Alusi was eventually exiled from Baghdad by the Ottomans. However, Alusi was eventually invited back to Baghdad by the Ottomans at the start of World War I, when the British invaded Iraq. The Ottomans appointed Alusi as an advisor to help them in their war against the British. Al-Alusi advised the Ottoman government to seek help from other Muslim states such as the newly established Saudi state. The Ottoman Sultan accepted this suggestion and sent Al-Alusi to Najd as an ambassador to meet Ibn Saud. Alusi met Ibn Saud and called on him to provide military support to the Ottomans against the British invasion of Ottoman Iraq. However, Al-Alusi's efforts were not enough to save the Ottoman Empire from collapsing, as the British invaded and occupied Iraq shortly after Al-Alusi had returned to Baghdad. After returning to Baghdad, Al-Alusi called on Arabs to fight the British. Due to his fame, the British feared that Al-Alusi could be a major threat to their rule. Therefore, they tried to win him over to their side and offered him the position of Grand Mufti of Iraq. However, he rejected the position and stated, "You want to win me over to your side to promote your policies to the common people, because you know of their trust in scholars and their attachment to religious leaders. God forbids me to sell my religion for my worldly life and deceive my nation and my country." Al-Alusi continued to oppose the British. However, due to his refusal to accept any government position, Alusi eventually fell into poverty. After seeing his situation, the British officer known as Percy Cox visited Al-Alusi's house and gave him £300. Alusi refused to accept this money and stated, "It is better for me to die of hunger than to take money I did not toil to earn. Do not press me further, lest I expel you from my house and never let you return." Mahmud Shukri al-Alusi dedicated the last years of his life to writing, and he left behind many books such as The History of the Arabs Before Islam, History of Najd, and The History of Mosques in Baghdad. Mahmud Shukri al-Alusi passed away in Baghdad in the year 1924.